cross that bridge when we get that. I completely forgot about that topic.
My bad.
But
But yeah, go ahead, direct us, Cujo. You got it, brother. My bad. My bad.
nah, it's all good. It's all good. Man, what's about? Oh yeah, another week, man. We here. This week podcast. You know what I'm saying? Lovely Friday, man. Spring season. You know what I'm saying? Last day of March, headed into April. Halfway into the year almost, you know. Hey man, it's our best year, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This year we really started off strong, man. So you know what I'm saying? We got a variety of topics tonight, man. We're gonna touch on a lot of stuff. You know, at this point, you know, y'all know who we are, man. I don't even gotta introduce brothers, man. Robbie in the building, brother Cal, Lucy, Body Bags, man, brother Ty. You know what I'm saying? You got the pod members, you got the, you know what I'm saying, folks in the audience, you know what I'm saying, aka our listeners, you know what I'm saying, you know, brothers in the Discord who support us, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, show up. Shout out Boom, Black Star, you know what I'm saying, Unc and them. Shout out everybody.
Might be a van.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, EBL, man, you know what I'm saying, shout out them brothers too, shout out Dave. But yeah, man, Nachi, all of them, man, shout out all the OGs, man. But yeah, let's get it popping, man. First topic. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this out the way. Man, this is more so if you're in the know. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know about this situation, but you know the whole thing with Jeff Hurley things. You know, internet. At this what would I even describe her as? A dating coach, podcaster, YouTuber who has, I guess, infiltrated the black manosphere. And just been running amok.
Is she the token minority?
I guess she is a token minority, supposedly. uh, you know, she had a lot of choice words and things to say. Recently, in an interview with, you know, an outright white brethren, Nick Fuentes. You know what I'm saying? Basically said a lot of interesting things that you know, black people don't deserve reparations, and that you know, Africans on the continent, they work harder and they're better suited for manual labor than African Americans, and you know, that she supports Karenism, you know.
Unhinged behavior.
Yeah, it's a lot of questionable things.
Hold up.
Yeah.
This the Just Pearly shit, girl.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just early now. I'm not gonna lie, when she first came on the scene, I was okay, this is you know, an unattractive white woman that is you know, kind of regurgitating a lot of points I've already heard you know, multiple times. But I'm like, yo, why is most people on the pod black? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that? Even the people she invites on there, the women she invites on there who are clearly way out of their league intellectually, no disrespect. It just it's like a little bit more sophisticated version of Fresh and Fit, basically.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's how it comes off. Um, you know, black manosphere. You know, there are things with them I agree on, and things I don't agree on concerning them. But my main point of contention is that there's definitely a lot of coons, a lot of buffoons, man, in that sector. A lot. And politically, you know, a lot of them brothers be on bullshit, man. I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, when she came on the scene, I kind of figured, man, a lot of them would support her, you know, especially her antics. And as of late, man, she kind of been dividing up the black manosphere, man. There are people who support her, there are people who don't fuck with her at all, and then there are people who are neutral, you know. So yeah, man, another white woman, man, that you know, divided the black community uh, with opinions, you know. So what brothers think about it, man. I'm really not shocked. I'm not even like.
The most annoying thing was when she was like, "Yeah, I would totally call the cops if there's minor inconvenience."
Yeah, I was like, come on. Like slavery wasn't that bad. Like,
That was insane too. I forgot. Yeah.
come on, man. Those are the types where like I said, man. You ask them, like, I mean, she got to ask us directly, like, does she think, uh, people of color, but I know she really meant specifically black people, do they deserve reparations? Most white people don't support the idea of reparations in the form of cash payments, so I'm not even shocked, especially in America. Um, yeah, that was wild, man. That was honestly insane. I see a couple, folks in the Manosphere crowd, what I'm saying, kind of taking her side.
Of
And
course.
I'm side eyeing them. But there are those who definitely speak out against her for sure, and they don't care for her at all. So, yeah, man, what brothers think, man? Lucci, I don't know if you heard of her or
Nah,
bodyguard,
I knew the bitch.
but she kind of been blowing up.
Y'all
I've
can hear
never
me?
heard of her
My
before.
recommended of it. Yeah,
Not really my. That whole red pill is not really my shit.
I see
Hey,
her in
y'all
my
hear me? Y'all
recommended
can hear
a
me?
lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot. She comes I don't know. I see a lot of her. She gets a lot of views, 100K, 200K. She kind of just regurgitates the same topics, that a lot of us tend to talk about when it comes to podcasts. That men provide, and whether women, what women's body count, and all that sort of shit.
All
So
this.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's always shit you can talk about forever. It's always shit like that. There's never ending. On like 1,000 videos on this.
basically, yeah.
Yo. Check. Yo. Whoa.
Yeah. YouTube like pop up in the all of the shorts that they clip up and doctor for YouTube to just advertising purposes. I think she goofy as hell. I can't hold you. And this is more so like confirmation for me. Period. I'm not really impressed with people in that sector altogether. I think the majority of these niggas is weird. And by weird, just to not be dismissive, a lot of these niggas probably have strained relationships with every woman in their life. These niggas don't know how to get bitches. And not women. They don't know how to get bitches. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to communicate well, and she kind of like capitalized on that, being a pick-me. Yeah, it's not really impressive. That type of content isn't impressive or dope at all to me. But yeah, like I'm not really surprised, dog. Like I don't know what y'all expect at this point. We've seen this story over and over and over and over again. People let people in too comfortably, or let them in too quickly, and they get too comfortable too quickly, and then some shit spills out the closet, or they have a Freudian slip in front of us, and now people who defended them are trying to do damage control. It happens all the time. Like, stop doing this. But that's my opinion.
I really fuck, like me personally, I really fuck with the shit that I seen her put on YouTube, or the clips I ran across and shit. Like it
No, you don't.
Yeah, yes I do. I mean, it was more of the same shit Kevin Samuel was saying, and Fresh and
Oh my
saying.
god.
It was more of that same lane, and I applaud her, like, to put bitches in line, like let them know, like, man, come on, man. A lot of one thing I'm not gonna argue with is the number. So, like, if you telling me this is why single, people don't want single black mom, not single black mom, just single moms with kids and shit or whatever, and the numbers reflected. Like I have no choice but look at that, bro. And then start looking at situations around me to see, like, what? Okay, so that's why I never had no problem like this shit that y'all bringing right now. It's like kind of new to me. Was she supposed to be a racist? Is she racist?
When you bring up numbers in that, and you bring up Teddy Samuels and stuff, compared to all these other people, like I said, he had a certain rapport about him, how he handled himself. On his content, how he talked, even though if he's put people in his place. This lady, I missed some of it, but when I heard when y'all say black people don't need reparations, that's kind of fucking crazy. I don't know why she did say that. She said that she black herself.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, we was talking about earlier, huh?
That girl ain't black. That girl ain't black.
Man, we all care for my black queen, man.
Pearl's white woman.
Yeah, we all care.
Oh, I thought she was black. Yeah, see, I didn't know. That's why I said I disappeared for a minute. I had to. Oh my god. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I said. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to get back to where the fuck was that. All I heard was black people need reparations. I'm like, oh, who the fuck said that? Because I don't pick no. You don't gotta be white to say some shit like that. Trust me, there's niggas out here that say dumb shit.
I feel like that's the predominant.
Because it recently happened.
Listen,
this was
just hearing about the content. I can already tell she was gonna be. I feel like everybody in that community just panders, and it's just endless circle jerk, and it's the same people watching the same videos.
Well, what if she felt like that, though, Mariah?
I mean, she does.
Like, what if she feel like how she, was talking to these women, and just so happened black women, was the ones that was going on her show. Like, I can't knock her for that. Like, I don't knock Jerry Springer for, bringing motherfuckers up there and making motherfuckers look crazy for all these years. So, I mean, I can't. But if she said some racist shit, I can't fuck with that at all. But I'm just saying in general. Like, I don't think it's her fault that these women choose to go up there and, just like the same people that go on Fresh and Fit, like, I don't think it's their fault that they go up there. Like, they watch what these niggas do, and then you go up there and they do the same shit, and then y'all get in y'all feelings like, what the fuck? This is why you're supposed to watch the show before you go up there. I just don't understand people sometimes.
She reminds me of.
You should just let him be.
What you said?
You should just let him be.
Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I met a lot of white people like Pearl, where they was cool and they were fascinated with our culture, but like let their back be against the wall in an argument or a fight or something, and that N word is coming out very clearly, very strongly, and I don't think she's like how do you say it, man? I don't think she's like blatantly racist, like to where she's you know what I'm saying? She's just conscious of the fact that she's racist. She just has racist tendencies. Does that make sense to everybody? Like she has some thoughts in her that she doesn't recognize are racist. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not caping for her. I'm not making excuses. I've met white people like that before, just off experience. Like,
can it
she's
be
26.
She's 26. But can it be that black people are nitpicking at her now since she's like?
See, the problem is
since Kevin got out the way, she's that person now. Like she's her and Fresh and Fit. Like they are the two people from what I've seen on YouTube. Like they are right there in that fucking algorithm as red pill people. So,
people are gonna wait for you to fail. People are gonna wait for you to fail anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I'm gonna be honest. Like when I'm gonna be real honest with you, bro, because I did mess with some of the content. Like I would see some clips and stuff.
mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be completely honest. Like the stuff she said was cringy. Like the stuff that she let slip through that.
Like, come on.
That interview was
Everything
cringe.
they say is cringy.
And then the apology was super
Not,
cringe.
not everything, Marabi. It's not everything.
Yeah, the apology was cringe, man. Hey, bro.
Was it more
Shout
cringy
out to
than Will apology?
uh.
This nigga,
I'm
bro.
asking,
man.
was it more
You said
crazy than Will's apology? I say that because I thought Cal was going to be good.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Will. Let's stop talking about that. Let's take that.
Yeah, I mean,
How we gonna just
She
stop
need-
talking about it, man? That's the topic, brother.
You talking
No,
about
I'm
Will.
talking about right now.
Now
I'm
you talking about
as
Will.
right now.
Yeah, she needs to sit down. She needs to get some educated black folks up there. Not
Honestly,
necessarily educated. Hold on, not necessarily college educated, but just some people that can kind of school her. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, There's one person on the
Yeah.
show that's on that type of timing. That's I used to follow him a lot. His name is Sarah Garvey.
He left.
Yeah, he left recently and made a video on her, and he
Uh-huh.
basically split all the times that he would basically correct her on basic history concerning whether it's diasporic history or just history of slavery, whatever the case, because she would just always say a lot of questionable things. So it's not the first
Hey,
time, to be
a
honest.
lot of people don't know this. Some people don't even know the fact of how certain people are made. Some people don't even know that it's only really two races. That's white people. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else is pretty much damn near nationality. A lot of people don't even know shit like that because they don't research little shit like that. So you need that person that kind of can correct you a little bit on your history and like how shit became. And that's probably why she didn't, in her upbringing. Sometimes I like Shayla said, if you certain white people and they do certain shit, and I think it just be their upbringing, but they don't know that they do it.
Nah, I don't. Me personally,
I can't see it. What I'm saying,
I understand what y'all saying.
I didn't see what she said, so I didn't really see the video. I'm just saying off an experience that is an actual thing.
Do you think it's a coincidence that two of the top red pill podcasts are racist as shit?
What
What's
happened?
the other podcast?
Yeah, it was another podcast.
Fresh and Fit.
Who's racist on there? They black.
Come on, they say crazy shit all the time.
What do you mean racist? Both of them are black.
How can they be racist? Yeah,
One-
the other dude's like black.
I will
He's
say
black
though.
and like
I will say
Yes.
Myron is he's from Sudan, but he thinks he's white, right? But even then, when it comes to him, like I know they say some crazy shit on there, but I don't do the whole black
Insane shit.
Man, that brother broke his virginity at 18, man. Let that brother act like he's supposed to act. That brother, like, come on, man. You can, yeah, go ahead.
I don't get into that.
You
And
can
black
look
people
at-
can't be racist, man. So I don't care what he said, to be completely honest.
I think
I
we
don't
can
listen
be.
to them enough.
You don't think we can be racist? Hold on. You don't think we can be
Nah.
racist?
No.
We can't because I had a white girlfriend who told her that she said they can't.
Why can't we be racist? I'm just trying to.
Because we're always the
understand.
minority. You got to think one reason is because we're always the minority. We're always the people that's always pretty much oppressed. So how can we
The
never
most
not
we can be is prejudice, but racist.
Yeah,
no.
Oh, prejudice. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we be
I got
prejudiced.
you.
No,
Okay.
people must have thought that we were
Yeah.
so much better than that group.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah, we can not like a race, but we can. Yeah, just not
Yeah,
race.
I don't think like a casual conversation about, like if I were to have a conversation with someone and say, yeah, I hate white people, whether or not you think that's warranted, that is not. I don't think that's.
Yeah, if you think
Now, if you go
about
by the definition, like Webster's
Yeah.
dictionary definition of racism, okay, cool. We'll go with that. But structural racism, white hegemony, all that, no.
and this would not make sense. Also, if you think about the word racism, really, everything else is pretty nasty right now, like where people shoot. So, like, how could you be a racist against a nationality? You're prejudiced because you really not a racist. A lot of times, racist against you. You're not a racist.
Yeah, because I think we hate we dislike people, but we don't hate. Like, I don't think that's in us. I think we for love, no matter what. I mean, we'll forgive. Like we probably the most forgiving race, like a motherfucker, like blacks. And I think that shit just embedded in us, you know, to be forgivable.
Yeah.
For like,
Yeah, I think Pearl is like I said, I think she's not. I don't even want to say closet racist. Like I said, I think she's
She
unintentionally
just need nigga dick. She just need
racist.
nigga dick.
But she only dates black guys. That's the
so
funny
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. So do you think it's people? So do you think it's people nitpicking though, like Thanos? Like I mean,
What'd you
looking
say?
for. I say so. If she's not conscious like that,
Hold on.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Lucas?
I was just about to say. So if she's not conscious of what she's doing, do you think it's at some point it's just she's steady acting like that? Do you think it's people nitpicking at her?
Nah.
No, I don't think so. I think the backlash she's getting now, Lucci, is warranted. If you watch the video, it's very, like I said, it's cringy, man. For a white person, I'm gonna clarify what Cujo was saying a little bit ago. For a white person who literally like mostly has blacks on her show, and a lot of her coworkers, colleagues, or employees are black, for her to have those feelings, because one of the things that people was upset about Lucci was she had the racist dude on there, and he was saying a lot of racist stuff, and she didn't take the time to correct him in certain parts. She got quiet, and then there was other parts where she agreed with certain things that he was saying. You know what I'm saying? That slavery wasn't that bad, and
I feel like
the way,
that goes hand in hand with
the way she was referring to her African employees as my Africans. I'm trying to get my Africans over here. It just came off very weird. And like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and cape for it, bro. I have met white people like that they don't realize they're racist. They're not they're not Klan member racist. Like let's hang all the black folks and you know what I'm saying, start a race war. Like, but it's like there are certain thoughts and certain things, certain structures that they've been taught and that they've been around, that they've taken in. You know what I'm saying, for sure, and they don't consciously. I don't think always think about it, but she needs to be checked. I think she needs to be schooled. I won't be supporting any of her content.
That's fucked up, boy. That's fucked up,
How
boy.
is that? No, that's
fucked. Bro, she date all black. Like, come on, man. What do we?
You can be racist and date. You can be racist and date somebody from another race.
We just say it's unconscious, though. It's unconscious. It could be unconscious. It's not intentional. Like,
you're making me upset, bro.
Nah, come on. We need the content.
Hold on, man.
We need the content.
We can't all be saying that she's a.
You can't date all black dudes. Defend black community. That means those niggas fucking don't teach her shit. She ain't learn shit. To them, boy, they didn't teach her shit. So what? Like, you dating niggas? Probably not black kids. You dating niggas, and niggas can't teach you shit because niggas is niggas and don't really know. So I don't know. That's the problem.
I would think a nigga would check her before a black guy. Like you are getting out of pocket. Like I think a nigga probably would check her first. Like hold up, bitch. Like,
I mean, niggas. I don't know. Either way, the black people that's around her, all the pussies, like you should know. And if they did tell her shit, like no, you can't do that. You should say that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Now we can.
Would y'all smash? Last question. Would y'all smash?
Hell no, man.
Hold on. Oh, see, since this is the last part, since this is the pitch.
I was gonna say something about.
Nah, go ahead, Cleese. That was my last question.
Yeah. After that, you could go down. But the guy she got interviewed by, as I said, Nick Fuentes, alt-right white man, white nationalist. Right. All white people aren't the same type of racist.
Yeah.
Right. There are different levels. Right. Some, you got white nationalist types. You got white purists. Right. You got white Christians. Right. There are all different types of racists. I don't. This idea that they're unconscious of being racist is extremely
disingenuous.
They've been here too long. They done seen too much of anything to think that they're unconscious.
Wait, you can hold on.
Let him finish. Let Cujo finish. Hold on. Let him finish.
Let him
It
finish.
wasn't too long ago, 60 years ago. Hold on, it wasn't too long ago, right? 60 years ago, right? Uh, most of them supported uh the idea of segregated schools because they didn't want black people to be living in their neighborhoods around them, going to their schools, being like they that's not what they wanted. In the vast majority, 6 years later, the vast majority of them do not support reparations, right? In apartheid South Africa, the vast majority of them also didn't support black people to own their own industries or own their own economy, whatever the case. I go by what they support and what they don't support. That's what I go by. All you have to do is have a simple conversation and just ask them, hey, what do you think about this? 9 times out of 10, if they're speaking directly about, hey, I don't support that. I don't think XYZ. I already know how they're thinking. If I'm having a conversation, right, and they casually bring up Malcolm X, and they kind of purse their lips up, or I think he was a radical, that type of shit, I already know what that means. I know what that means, bruh. Like I know what that means. If you think any black radical leader was a radical, I already know you're a racist. 9 times out
But
of 10,
that don't always mean it. Listen,
plain and
they don't.
simple,
It's
bruh.
like
They might be they might
like
be they might be
because they might
diplomatic
know.
about it.
For sometimes some white people might be trying to impress you just the fact because they know about something, even if they feel about it, but they not know that the research and the history because they ain't
Nah,
really doing
man.
the research.
they know,
But
bro.
everybody, I don't. No,
They
I
know,
don't think.
bro.
That
Yeah,
that's
because a lot of
I've
people
like I said,
Nah,
I'll
they
stand on
know.
what I said, man. I've met white men and white women who may say things that they, like I said, they're not consciously aware that it's a racist thing to say, just because that's how they grew up. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I live in a mostly white neighborhood now, right? Every time I go up to this subway up here, right? There's a subway up here around the corner. The manager up there, she's a young chick. She's probably like in her late 20s, right? I've noticed whenever I talk to one of the Latino or the black chicks that work up there behind the counter, I can tell that this chick gets uncomfortable. I can tell she gets uncomfortable, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've had experiences with this where she's just not used to people of color speaking intelligently. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started going up there and she would see me with my kids, she was just looking at us weird. And I'm used to it by now. You know what I'm saying? But I recognize that a lot of that, Cujo, is because she's just not used to being around people of color. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that probably
I
has to
get
do
that,
with
though. Sorry.
her parents, her grandparents, or whatever. I'm not caping for her at all. I think it's
I
ignorant.
understand.
A lot of that comes out of ignorance, just not knowing. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. That's how you get. Sometimes you get people like a Pearl, where it's like she's not sitting back being like you said, like a white nationalist. She's not trying to start like a all white militia. She quote unquote has black friends and all that. You know what I'm saying? But she's heard things. You know what I'm saying? Been around certain friends or whatever where she's picked up on certain things. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, she made, like you said, a Freudian slip. A Freudian slip literally means subconsciously. So it's not even something conscious. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you do have people like that. I've met black people like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they may be prejudiced. They think all white people are one way or all white people are racist. And, it takes some experience and some different education to be like, oh, you know what, okay, I may have been wrong about that, or I shouldn't group or categorize people like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's
Definitely
ignorance, man.
like that. That's all
Nah, man.
entitlement.
I don't know. I
Definitely
don't.
for
I didn't agree with
that.
one thing that was said, man. I'm sorry. I
That's
don't
cool.
agree. But
No,
I,
no,
I
it's cool though.
understand. But
You don't think black people are like to be entitled sometimes and think. So I had a cousin like that. He's not fucking white people at all. And I could tell at the time he was like, yeah, you kind of entitled. Like, yeah, he entitled. I had to make that work. Every time I there's a customer, every time I come up here, bro, it's like I put a tag in. I'm like, no, bro, how that shit going inside? This has nothing to do with you being black. And I'm a black man telling you this. This niggas out there like that and they hate that shit. That's called that black entitlement shit. You over entitled because you feel some type of way, bro. It ain't always about you, bro. It ain't always like that. Sometimes it is like that sometimes. And sometimes sometimes they don't know. They really don't know what certain shit be saying because they be trying to impress it.
That doesn't
Or
make
anything
any
is being
sense,
black and
man.
cool. You know, I'm not saying you're
Just
making racist. I'm just saying
it doesn't
they
make
don't
any
know.
sense, man. Sorry, bro.
Cujo,
This is the I
let
think
me let me
It's
let me
been
do
too
my thing.
long, bro.
Let
Like
me do
for
Cujo,
me to think,
hold on,
yeah.
because I was supposed to speak after you initially before brothers started interjecting. Let me say this and get this out the way from my personal standpoint. Number one, niggas. Y'all niggas standards are low as hell when it comes to dealing with these white bitches. Oh, well, would you fuck? Would you date her? Would you do it? I don't give a fuck about this pasty napkin colored motherfucker when
She
it comes
looks
to talking
mid.
about our shit.
She looks mid.
She's mid as fuck. And motherfuckers is trying to do like roll out the red carpet for her. Or whatever. Oh, but would you fuck? Would you fuck? You niggas is too weird and too loose with your dick. Number one. No, we're not pausing. We're all grown men here. And fuck you if you in the comments listen. Who pause? Y'all niggas fuck anything. Period. Let's do this. Second point. Let's look across the aisle. Let's look at the white guys who involve themselves with black women. Look at the tier of black women that they involve themselves with. Now look back at us and look at the tier of white women that some of us brothers have involved ourselves with. You don't see that as weird? That's not disgusting. That's not repulsive. That's not abhorrent to y'all niggas. Stop it. This is a goofy bitch who hasn't been checked, corrected. She has been educated, but she has not been publicly scrutinized for the shit. Let that bitch die.
Hey, man.
Period. No,
hey, man.
Ain't no amen, nothing. This is a goofy bitch with a microphone. That bitch ain't got no
all
real
that I don't know shit, man. Come on, man.
We're not doing that. I sat back long enough and let niggas. Oh, I just sat back because I wanted to see who was gonna say this shit. Nobody said that.
I'm not against it, second to it. I'm just saying that.
Maybe I need to watch that interview with Nick Fuentes when she was
I'm
on.
looking at both sides. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
And nobody else, every other demographic, when it comes to this shit, whether it's racially, whether it's from a religious standpoint, whether it's gender identity, everybody knows how to walk correctly around other motherfuckers, but us. Everybody else wants to give people a curve, grade people on a curve, and allow them to speak to us and about us in any which way, fucking form or fashion that they feel like is right in that moment. And there's no tickets. There's no misdemeanors handed out. There's no felonies or nothing.
So is this recent comments that she made, or this is something that someone does?
Last week,
Okay.
It's recent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
Last bar. I'm sorry.
But she said things along the lines of that already. Like you just gotta catch it. All you gotta do is listen enough, and you'll catch it.
Last bar, Cujo, and I'm gonna mute up. I'm gonna shut up. Let brothers cook. Bro, this is not the way. And if there was ever a time to cape for a white person who was misunderstood, this is not the motherfucker. Stop doing this. Microaggressions are still racist, my nigga. You having language, passive language, when it comes to referring to black people, when it comes to actually engaging with black people, when you have, I wouldn't feel like that. Nobody talked about reparations for the Jewish individuals, the Japanese individuals, nobody else. The whites who were coming out of indentured servitude. Nobody talks about the Reconstruction period that happened, where the government disproportionately gave funds and land to whites. But then when black people are like, hey, we're not slaves anymore, could we get something like that? Oh, why are you begging the government for everything? Fuck y'all. White people are disproportionately rely on welfare in the government and subsidized housing more than black people. Period. That's not a lie. Look them numbers up. That's a fucking fact. Stop letting this goofy bitch talk to us, talk with us, and talk around us without checking this hoe. Fuck that. Niggas want to, red pill is cool. And except when it comes to checking white bitches. Stop it. Fuck that hoe. Fuck people who feel like her. Fuck people who stand with her. And fuck these other crack-ass crackers who feel like that shit is cool to come around motherfuckers like me and say that shit. Fuck y'all.
Hey, man.
I'm done.
Hey man, I got a question for you, Cal. If I was a black guy who said, you know what, I don't see any problem with what Hitler did, would you consider me a racist?
Bro, come on.
Oh, I'm just I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question, bro. No, I'm asking a question. Would I be considered a racist because I don't give a fuck about what Hitler did to another race?
He also did that to black people.
I know, but hold up. I understand that, but the story we are told, the story we are fed since we was a youngin, is he did this to a certain demographic. And these people in the pitch, it don't matter what happened. The only pictures that we seen was white boys or white folks. It was never no black people. I mean, you can probably dig up some shit about some black folks, but you have to really do your research, because if I go ask any black person, majority of black motherfuckers on the street right now, if I go ask them who the fuck Hitler was terrorizing, it's gonna say white folks. It's not gonna say nobody black. So I understand that he was doing it to black folks too, but I was saying, if I was a person to say, you know what?
Let's please wrap this up, because we're giving this cunt too much talking time.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
that bitch.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck the whole community.
What I will say is, no, number one, you wouldn't be racist. That would be stupid as shit. You could say that a lot better. People would also paint you as having speaking from an air of discrimination, or from a spirit of discrimination, or you essentially not rocking with the narrative, which I understand that may be a trigger point for you as well, but that's the facts. Because at the end of the day, bro, that was a plague. That individual was a plague. He did it to black people. He did it to the Hispanic people. He did it to the French people. He did it to gay people. He did it to trans people. He did it to and I'm not going to refer to them as that. But what would be the correct term, Marabi, if you could educate me, because I don't want to say gypsy. That's wrong.
How do you get into Hitler? How easy?
That's acceptable in parts of different parts of the world. It has different meanings. So some places that's not acceptable. Some people don't care about.
I mean it with the utmost respect, because
you could say travelers.
Travelers, okay, with the utmost respect.
Something like that.
I don't, and like
we call them just Tatars.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it there, but he did that to everybody. Everybody, he persecuted everybody. You see what I'm saying? So that's a weird example. But I'm done after this. Fuck that bitch.
Oh,
stupid ass pasty cunt. You were not an intellectual at all. Just because you understand fucking euphemisms and you're able to tap into a thesaurus every now and again, the ability to communicate does not denote intelligence. You're a bitch with a microphone. That's what you are.
I hate this whole big words of like.
All right. That's what I was gonna say.
Go ahead, Ty.
That's what I was gonna say, man. I think sometimes, man, when you break down somebody psychologically, like when you explain what level they're on and how they got there, people automatically assume that you're trying to justify it, and that's not the case. It's just like
what do you mean?
Well, just like when I said, I've met white people that I think are unintentionally racist. Like they're not consciously saying racist things. They don't recognize that it's racism. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they've been trained and taught. That doesn't mean that I'm justifying that level of racism. That doesn't mean that I'm justifying and saying that it's good or that it's acceptable or that we should be okay with it. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when when you have, I hate to go here, but when you have somebody that violates women or violates children, right?
Oh,
you can give a breakdown.
Come on, man.
You can give a breakdown. You could give a breakdown of why they became that way, right? You could say, okay, this happened to them at some point in time in their life, and this is why they think that way. That's not justifying that it's right. You know what I'm saying? You're just giving some context, like, okay, this is why they're like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a reason for everything, bro. You know what I mean? People are not just born racist. People are not born prejudiced. It's something that you learn through your family, it's
Mm-hmm.
something you learn through friends, it's something you learn through experiences. You know what I'm saying? There's an Asian couple up the street at this gas station, like a block away, right? They clearly are not super fond of black people. Like clearly, I've seen this multiple times. I go in there. You know, it took them a long time for them to even warm up and like say hello or hi or bye or anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, for a long time, Lucci, I thought, you know what? Maybe they learned that from white people when they first came over to the States. Maybe they learned that from other Vietnamese people. But the truth be told, bro, I don't know what happened. Maybe they got robbed by some black people before. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they got robbed by black people multiple times. And that's the reason that they're cautious of. I've noticed people of color. I don't know the reason. I'm probably never going to ask. You know what I'm saying? But just because I can give context, you know what I'm saying, or background to why they may be racist or may be prejudiced, that doesn't mean that I'm justifying their racism. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I'm saying that it's okay. It's just an analysis I've made. It's an observation I've made over time. Like, okay, they clearly don't like black people, but there may be some reason for that. Obviously,
I
they
have
weren't
this.
born like that.
I was talking to this dude from Pakistan, I think, and he was like freshly here, and this was. And I'm just asking about like being an immigrant traveling here because he came alone, so it's just him on his own. Those are just asking shit, and then randomly just goes, "So, how do you feel about black people?" And I was like, I should have known someone was up. So he just goes, I'm like, they're cool. Like, what about it? He's like, they're cool? With a question mark. I was like, all right, where is this going? But then he goes, he went crazy and he goes, aren't they all stupid and aggressive? At which point I was just like, I don't even, like, how did you even get this? Like, this isn't, he's not from here. He's not, like, it's not learned from other people here. So I always...
That be
That's the part I can understand. Personally, say that's right. That's based off of our music and certain things we depict in movies and shit like that. That doesn't mean it's right, though. When you think about that. But the stupid part, he's wow. He's really out of pocket. That was crazy.
Yeah,
I basically corrected it. I was like, first of all, that's wrong. But don't
for sure.
And
Yeah, as you should have. As you should have.
Don't ever say that anywhere.
Yeah, that's how he feels, you know. Like it's not. I'm not about to cake for the guy. Like that's how he feels overall. Like I don't know, man. We're gonna go ahead and transition to the next. I just want to say this before though. You know, this is the same. It's the same nation, man. That is in damn near 40 plus African countries. You know, usurping and taking resources and have, you know, military forces and done created, you know, voting systems and done colonized people's languages and how people only speak English now, or they only want to speak English, or they only care about speaking English, or they don't care about their indigenous practices at all. Like, you literally have military forces on the ground in certain African countries. It's the same country where the vast majority of people don't support reparations. They don't support even black people going back to Africa, ironically. Like, I don't know where this idea where, you know, people 400 years ago to 400 years now have somehow forgot who they were. You know, they somehow forgot all the wealth they done acquired from, you know, the enslavement era all the way to now. They somehow forgot all of that. Like, there's literally credit card companies, banks that are literally built off the economies of literally slavery, bro. And so to think that they somehow don't know about that shit or they're just unaware is just hilarious, man. You
I
do
mean,
not
that
become powerful people.
Cujo,
Oh,
do you?
you don't become a powerful group of people, right? You don't become people like that, right? From the locals to the natives to people in office to whomever, to become that powerful without understanding what it is and what it means to acquire power. Broke ass white people were the same ones who destroyed Black Wall Street. Broke ass white people were the same ones who lynched people in Rosewood. Broke ass white people were the same ones who accused Emmett Till of raping a white woman. Broke people, from broke white people to white people in power to white people in the working class. That's just how it works. From working to poor to elite to governmental, it's all relatively the same. They know somehow, even if they're somehow not the most educated, they might not have you know the income or whatever, or they might even be homeless. Who knows? They still know. They still understand what structural racism is to some degree. They got a 400-year head start. How would they not know? So
just
I
because,
understand.
Nah, I
Just
can't
because
agree
there's
with
no,
that,
just
No,
because
Cujo.
there's
I
a
can't. I
system in
can't
place.
agree with that.
Hold
Now
on.
we can't get
The
on this
average
topic yet. We're gonna
the
keep cooking.
average
Go ahead.
person, right? The average person reading proficiency here in America across every demographic isn't necessarily the greatest. I'll give y'all that. We are not reading at a high level overall. We're not reading every day. We are not tuned into the news every day. We're not
bring
keeping
that
up with
up.
a lot of things every day. We're not necessarily the most educated overall. I get that. But we are talking about white Americans. It doesn't get any more patriotic than here. It doesn't get any more racist than here. Okay,
Uh,
the voting system in America, bro, are in at least 50 billion goddamn countries outside of America. People know about the dollar more than they know about the pound. People know about the oils, the gas stations here more than they know about shit in their own countries, bro. This is America. It's the most recognizable country in the world. It's damn near the most one of the most immigrated to countries in the world. How the fuck do people not know about, like how do they not know? How did, like I don't understand, like, this idea that they don't know. I
I knew
That's,
honestly
but the reason
understand.
I've
you
seen
don't understand why,
experiments being
hold
done.
on.
Go ahead.
They're
The reason you
aware,
don't
man.
the
Hold
reason
on.
you don't understand why people don't know is because you don't know. We all
What do you
don't
mean
know
I don't
something,
know?
bro. Hold up. I just exactly what I just said, bro. We all don't know something, man. Ignorance is just a lack of knowledge. That's all that means,
Yeah,
bro.
this is
You
not
know what I'm saying?
bliss.
Just
How do you know
because
you don't
you
Right.
like
hold
something?
on, hold on. Just because you have an understanding of a system, Cujo. Just because you've taken the time to maybe read some books, watch some documentaries, speak to some elders maybe, and get some wisdom and get some knowledge. That doesn't mean everybody is on that, bro. Just because that there is a system of white supremacy, hold on. Just because there's a system of white supremacy in place, that doesn't mean that that's happening in every single white household. That they're sitting back over dinner discussing the history of slavery, and this is how our country got wealthy, and this is we built this off the backs of black people. Those type of discussions don't go on in every single white household in America. Maybe going on in some places, maybe going on in some households, but it's not every single household, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
I'm
would
not about
agree.
to let you get that off, man. Like you're not gonna
No,
transition out of
we're
that.
not.
Yeah,
Get this round off, man. Like
nah,
I
keep
don't
on
Hold
do
on,
that,
going.
hold
Cujo.
on.
We
No,
gonna
I'm
go.
not. I'm not. No,
We're
we're
gonna
not going
clip
to
this. Gonna be a
transition at
whole
all.
clip by
We're not going to
itself.
transition at all. I'm
Nah,
gonna
let's
keep this
stay
right
here.
here because
Yeah, stay here.
that sounded ridiculous, man. Like
Let's
we
go.
we we are talking about broke white people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen. Like I said, man. 50 years ago, Jim Crow era, right?
It's more than
This
50 years ago.
more
More
than
than 50
50
years
years
ago.
ago. More than
Yeah.
50, right? Damn near
Let's go.
60, 70.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just explained these are the same group of people from the Jim Crow era to Reconstruction era to the enslavement era.
Mm-hmm.
The vast majority, we are talking about the majority. I understand there are, saying, small increments of white people that maybe some of you have met, and that's great. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? There are going to be people who are honestly aren't racist at all. They grew up around black people, they love black people, they probably have a black partner, maybe have a half black child, whatever, great, fine, and dandy. But we are talking about the majority. We are talking about the vast majority. We are talking about the way they vote. We are talking about the way they are in the working class. Like we are talking about structural. That means these people are teachers. That means these people are police officers. That means these people are nurses. That means these people are pastors. These people are in the church. These are regular people. So they might undereducate your child. They might over monitor your child. They might over police your neighborhood. They might deny you a loan, right? Now, even if they're not in the household, right? Like, hey man, today I just decided to meet my quota by arresting the 13th black person of the month. It's not that's not how it is. It's so ingrained, right, in society that it's not necessarily like there's no secret meetings in think tanks. Those are among a specific class of them, specific group, and then it trickles down. If it didn't trickle down, we wouldn't have the system of slavery in the first place if that wasn't the case, right? To think that is somehow regarded to just the elite, and somehow 90% of white locals do not have no idea what's going on whatsoever is complete insanity. And I've been around them long enough to know, whether they're in college, whether they're on their way to being blue collar or working class or middle class, upper middle class, whatever, they have an idea. All you have to do is talk to them long enough and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It might not be as brash, it might not be as aggressive, it might not be as assertive, but all you got to do is ask and you'll see exactly what it is. No, I don't think black people deserve reparations. I don't think any group of people deserve reparations. I think that's dumb in and of itself. Then you ask another question to contradict their point, and they either don't say anything at all or they get really uncomfortable. And that's when you know. You just know, man.
How many white people do you know, Cujo? How many white people do you know?
I don't personally know any. I've experienced enough.
You can't. Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Understand what's going on.
Give me space.
I don't have to have a white best friend.
No, hold up.
White girlfriend to know enough, bro.
You're making a lot of broad generalizations for somebody that doesn't know a lot of white folks, bro.
No. These are not generalizations, bro. We're not doing that, man.
Hold on. Answer the question, Cujo. How many white people do you know?
Provide the data. I will do so, bro.
I didn't ask you about data. I asked you a very direct question, Cujo. I asked you a very direct question, bro. I don't talk in circles either, brother. Hold on. I don't talk in circles either. I asked you a very direct, simple question. I didn't ask you for data. I didn't ask you for no college edition, nothing. Hold on. I didn't ask you for that. Cujo, listen.
We're doing that because you said
you're an intelligent guy. Hold on. You're an intelligent guy. Hold on. You're an intelligent guy. You're a very intelligent young man. So I asked you a very direct question. I didn't ask you anything in Spanish.
I already answered it.
I didn't ask you anything in French. How many white people do you know personally?
I don't know any.
Okay, so
hold on. Before you go, Ty.
Hold on.
I'm trying to figure out what any means. I'm trying to figure out what any means.
You can't tell me what my point is. You can't tell me what my point is if I haven't got there. I just asked you a question. How do you even know what point is? Hold on.
It's not about the proof.
Hold on, Cujo. You gotta let me talk. I'll let you cook, Joe. I'll let you cook. I didn't interrupt you at all. Now, you don't know what point I'm about to make because I just asked you a simple question. I didn't even get to my follow-up point or my follow-up question, bro. Okay, so you said you don't know a lot of white people personally. Now, before you start ranting and raving and displaying whatever screenshots or whatever you got,
I don't have screenshots. I'm not doing that.
Hold on. Hold on, man.
You keep throwing screenshots and then I'm
Cujo, I didn't speak right after. Cujo. Okay, data, screenshots, whatever data you have. Cujo, you gotta let me finish, bro. I didn't talk to you.
You have personal anecdotal experiences.
I didn't talk to you.
You could speak to experiences all you want.
Cujo, I didn't talk
data
during your round, sir. I did not talk
the screenshot
article. Cujo, I didn't talk during your round. I didn't talk Cujo around, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Let him get on. Let him go. Let him
Now,
go, Kujo.
I
Let
asked you
brother
how
go
many white
flick
people you
shots.
know
We'll
personally.
continue
You said
talking.
you're still talking through my round, bro. Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
Come on.
Cujo and Ty, wait.
What is it?
Let's bring some order back into this. Wait, let's take a quick breath.
All right, bro, throw
Both.
two slick shots and then try to
All I
continue
said
talking
was
about
a
the OG.
screenshot. That's
Wait,
what we
wait,
do in
wait,
here. That's what
wait,
we tend to do in
wait,
here.
wait,
We
brothers,
here.
wait. Both of y'all, please take a quick breath.
Now we
I'm
here.
good.
That wasn't. I wasn't gonna go nowhere. I had
Hold
I
on.
wasn't
them.
disrespectful. I wasn't
Yeah, they were
disrespectful.
cool. They was cool. They was cool. It was just a
Yeah.
heated conversation. I mean,
Now,
ain't nothing wrong with these niggas tussling
yeah.
sometimes, bro. These brothers,
I mean, for
Yeah,
what?
that's
tussles
respectful. That's
all you
respectful.
know. I get
I
into it
just
every
had,
week with a nigga in this
I,
bitch. Man, let these niggas
yeah,
fight Cal back down.
I
These
just
niggas
asked for the
go.
same respect I showed the brother, man. I didn't talk his round. Give me 3 minutes to make my point. He talking 3 4 minutes. Let me get 3 4 minutes. Now
I got that.
I asked Cujo. I asked Cujo, did he know any white people personally? He says he doesn't know any white people personally. Now,
Yeah.
before you post any articles, screenshots, data, anything off of Blackboard or college, whatever, like whatever you got as far as statistics, before you do that, I'm not disagreeing with you that there's a system set in place. I'm not disagreeing with you that there is racism. We all know that it exists, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you about anything dealing with gentrification or white supremacy or anything like that. I'm not disagreeing with you. But how can you sit here as a 27, 28, 29-year-old man, bro, and try to convince a room full of men about the conversations that white people are having if you yourself, my friend, don't have any white people in your life, bro? So
That
I'm
doesn't make
saying,
any sense.
hold on. It does. It makes plenty of sense,
No, it
bro.
doesn't.
You're trying to convince me of something that you don't have
That
any
doesn't make
experience in. If you're not
No,
around
that
white,
doesn't
hold
make
on.
any sense.
If you're not around white folks, man, how do you know the type of conversations that they're having,
You're
bro?
not
You know what I'm
making
saying?
any
I
sense
am making sense,
whatsoever.
and you're still
No, you're
talking through
not,
my
bro.
round, Cujo. You're
You're
still
not.
talking through my round. You're still talking through my round, bro. Show me the same respect that I give you every single time that you host, man. I don't talk over you. I don't yell at you. I don't curse at you. I don't insult you, man. Like, let me make my point. Whether you disagree with it, you think it's stupid, you think it doesn't make sense, or whatever, bro. Give me my 3 4 minutes, man. Now you're sitting here trying to convince a room full of grown men, all of us who have white friends, white associates, or whatever, but you yourself have said, now that I've heard you multiple times over the years, that you don't know any white people. You don't have white people in your life at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, how can you sit here and convince me of the conversations that are being had, right? It's just like I heard Cal and Nachi having a discussion the other night, and they were talking about, why would you get marriage counseling or marriage advice from somebody that's not married? It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If somebody doesn't have experience in being around someone, being in the same house, paying bills and raising children together, why would you want advice or counseling from that person, bro? So you're sitting here trying to convince me what kind of conversations Caucasian people are having when you yourself don't know any personally, bro. I've been around white people, man, like my whole life. Like, I have white friends, I have white associates, I have white people in my family. Okay, just the same way that you would argue that black people are not a monolithic group of people, neither are white people, bro. And you even admitted earlier in this conversation that there's different levels of racism, man. You know what I'm saying? So you may have somebody like a Nick Fuentes or some of these right wing militia groups or whatever, right? That they may study up and they may they may have statistics and they may have history books on their side, and they can drop like facts and statistics and all of that. You know what I'm saying, about the structure that's up in place, bro. But you also have other white people, man, who may not go that deep into it, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just hear little comments from their grandpa, or little comments from their uncle, little comments from their friends, little comments from their parents, bro. And they don't recognize that it's racism, Cujo. They don't recognize that there is a system, quote unquote, in place, bro. It's just what they've been taught in conversation, sir. Like, oh, well, black people aren't as smart as us. May just be an offhand comment that their grandpa makes to them, bro. And they grow up off that one conversation, that one comment, thinking that, man. They haven't done any kind of research. They don't know anything about, America was built off the backs of black people and the cotton industry and tobacco. Like, none of this. They don't know none of that, bro. It's just comments and conversation that's been had, man. I've had conversations with my son's mom's side of the family, right? Where, like, I went over there for Thanksgiving last year and stuff, and I've met some of their extended family, and I could tell that they were racist, Cujo. You know what I'm saying? But it took me being in that place right? Being in a house full of ignorant white folks to where they could see a black man who spoke with intelligence, you know what I'm saying, who had some life experience, who could talk to them and who could listen to them to break some of those stereotypes off their minds, bro, and break some of those yokes of ignorance off of them, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, bro, if you're not around white people, then you're not having the conversation, Cujo. So you can talk all this pro-black empowerment stuff that you want, but if you're not actually in the field, if you're not actually talking to white people, bro, you're not making any change. You're just posting whatever data you have, sir. That's the point I was getting to, man. But you gotta let a brother get to the point first, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. There's definitely a structure in place. There's definitely a system in place, man. I'm not disagreeing with you on that part at all, bro. But if you're not actually talking to people who are not black and educating them on some of these things, you're just a smart guy that's just sitting on knowledge, man. You're just sitting on it. You're sitting on a wealth of knowledge. You're sitting on a wealth of data, but you're not doing anything with it. That's the point I was getting at. But you gotta let me make the point first.
All right,
You really
man.
gotta be
I'm gonna just say this, man. I don't care about nothing you just said whatsoever.
Oh,
At all.
man.
Now, hold on.
That's respectfully though. That's respectfully.
Yeah,
That's respectfully. That's respectfully.
Hold on.
At the same time, bro, like,
Hold on. All you guys, hold on for a second.
because I'm mad at you. You're sitting up here as a host.
Yo, come on, bro. Like what's going on right now? What's going on, bro?
What's going on? Because you can't sit up here as a host.
I don't agree with none of that. I don't agree with any of it. That's it.
Yeah, but say that I don't care.
I don't
care. Like I don't care part is kind of like he said all that for nothing. Though. I agree that you don't agree with it. That sounds a little bit better than I don't care.
Agree and I don't care, man.
Yeah, that like care.
We can switch topics. Just switch topics.
Nah, let him go.
Switch topics.
Let this brother cook. We need content. Let this brother cook, man.
When the surf get out,
Now,
when the surf get out, man.
we're gonna switch it up.
Nah, go ahead, Cujo.
I don't
When the surf get out, man. When the surf get out, man.
Cujo said, man, after all that.
It gets fiery, bro, but at the end of the day, it's all
makes sense.
Body bags,
Body bag still red.
I love Cujo, man. It's all good.
Yeah, there was just a little quick little scrap.
When it come to me, hold on. Before we integrate, when it come to me speaking my shit, and I don't want to let niggas go all this body bags, these big body bags.
How you gonna between me and Brother Ty, man? That's all I'm saying.
Because man, I'm as a black man, you my brother, bro, and I can't sit here and let you say that you ain't got all these white people.
Bro, I just said it though.
It is, but not problem. This is the problem, bro. You said I don't care about your opinion. That's ass, dude.
Bro, I just said it, man. You want me to take it back?
Do you not know when you say that as a man, it makes it seem like you don't even respect the conversation you just had, nigga. That's what I'm trying to say.
I do though. That's why I'm having it. I'm about to respond to the brother, bro, and we gonna keep it moving. If that's it. That's it, man.
That's what we do on y'all, bro. It's just straight to the fact, bro. We need content, man. Let's go get 1,000 views.
I got. You can have your opinion, but like disrespect the conversation.
I respect all of you at the end of the day. Like I know what this is, man. This is all love, bro. This ain't nothing serious, man. Respect at the end of the day, man. I know what it is. So I got the brother's name. If he has a problem, he knows, man. Like call me anytime, text me anytime. It doesn't really matter, man. I know what's up, bro. So I'm telling you, man, we good. Yeah, man. It's all love, body bags. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just saying that shit like. I like having a debate and then somebody say, I don't give a fuck about nothing you just said. Okay, that's
I understand what he was saying. Yeah, it just sounded weird hearing you saying that. Like, the nigga just spent 20 minutes explaining this.
It's like, you don't even, it's like, you
understand the context of the conversation, man. you to
No,
understand,
man. But when you say that, all that context and the shit you're talking about right now, it kind of throw it out the
bro.
window. I'm just saying, don't say shit
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
that's a fact, Cal. It's a
I'm
fact,
just
Cal.
break it down, man. Like, if y'all understand the irony in all of this, right? I just said in the beginning, this white woman done divided the black community, and ironically, look at the convo we're having, right? And how it ended up. Literally, the same thing happened right
I
here in
was
this convo
I was
over
thinking
a
that
white
too.
woman.
I swear I was
Ironically,
thinking
right?
that.
So now I'm gonna just get into whatever I'm about to say, and then we could call it a day, bro. I am from New Jersey, bro. I was born and raised here, right? My family, you know what I'm saying, they came from Haiti. Haitian immigrants came here to America in the 90s, right? Mind you, America is literally the reason why my parents are even here in the first place. Okay, they've been in Haiti since the 1900s. All right, one of the last few European nations to further upsert resources and land from Haiti. Before America, it was Spain, it was France, it was Great Britain, right? America came way later, right? So, and that's just one aspect of colonialism, right? So I live in one of the most segregated states in America. Like, and this is from the state where people think on the East Coast that we don't deal with racism, or it's a more subtle, you
It's a
know,
bunch of lies.
chill version of rape. No, that's a lie, bro. I literally came from a state where people left, right? Because too many black people came over. So they're like, fuck it, we're going to leave. Too many Negroes coming. I'm cool on this. Let's just go to the suburbs, and fuck up the neighborhoods, and decrease the rent, and then raise it up again in maybe 10, 15 years, because that's just what we do. So uh that's basically what I've dealt with. So it's not to say I didn't want to have any white friends I've never came across, having conversations with them or anything. The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I've had those experiences, so I can speak to them, and I've spoke with enough of them to know what they'll say and what they'll do and how they act overall. So that's why I said, like, the way they vote, the voting system, the way they vote, the way they interact, right? You're not gonna blatantly hear conversations where it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about this over dinner. How we're gonna destroy the black family and increase single mother. No, that's not how it works. As I said, it's three classes, bro. You have the working class, blue collar, elite. That's it. There's no specific conversation that they're all having where they're trying to destroy a specific group or demographic of people. That's not how it works. Once again, all you have to do is see how they vote and who they vote for specifically, and what those people in office are about. Or you can just have a specific conversation about specific black leaders, and you will see it's not hard to notice. Do I really need to have a conversation with 90% of them to understand that? No, this is one of the most densely populated states in America. Hella white people here. That's all I'm surrounded by most of the time in general. So all I have to do, okay, this is a blue state. All right, let's see how they vote locally. Okay, damn, well, all right, well, they do support gentrification. All right, well, damn, they do support okay, damn, all right, okay, interesting. You're in college now, you're young, you're having conversations with them. Yeah, I don't think interracial dating, it should be that. And I'm like, what makes you think that? What makes you say that? Well, oh, okay. Wow, I mean, I didn't know. No, I did know, right? I did know, but it's okay for them to just admit it now, so I know how to move further on from here on out. So, man, I'm sorry, bro, to have a 400-year head start, and to think that now all of a sudden, yeah, I just don't know what's going on, and if you guys want reparations, I'm gonna give all my shit up. No, like, that's not how this shit works, man. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what it is, to where, like, we when we talk about white people, we have these conversations, we just assume some or the vast majority of them are oblivious, or they just aren't educated enough to understand. And then somehow we bring up black people in the conversation to do like some compare and contrast as if we had the same outcome as them, if we live under the same circumstances, as if we come from the same backgrounds, when 9 times out of 10 we normally do not. I just don't understand that whatsoever. And it's not something I'm ever gonna let y'all get away with on here, bro. I'm sorry, man. This conversation is
Because you're
bigger.
talking,
This
I feel like you're
conversation
talking about the majority. We're talking about more like,
it is the
regular
majority.
people that don't know.
You
Like,
saying the
when I mean the majority, I mean the majority of like when you talk the what you just broke down is the man. The majority of people, white people controlling shit that have more power. I think
It's
me and
not
Thanos are talking about just
controlling
regular,
shit,
regular
man.
average motherfuckers. Just the regular average motherfuckers. It's regular average motherfuckers that don't know.
If I say the majority, like that encompasses and transcends the man, right? There is no man
Mhm.
without the people. Like that's not how this works, bruh. Like what?
Well,
Like
I
you
just
think a
know,
small minority
it's
of them?
some white people that don't know. I know a lot of
If
white
you
people
think
that
a small
I don't know.
minority of them said, "Hey, man, we gonna sign the Declaration of Independence to free you niggas, and that's it. The majority of you guys agree with it. We're cool." No, that's not how that shit works, bruh. Like for every abolitionist you could think of, you still had folks that still owned slaves well into the 60s, bruh. You still have people who are descendants of these people today. And if you have a specific conversation with them, hey, that wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with it, but I still don't think you guys. Come on, bruh. Come on, man. Come on,
No,
bruh.
I don't think. Me, I don't think me and Thanos are talking about them people. I think
We're
we're
not
talking
we're
about
not
more
talking about the
people in
Ben
the same
Affleck.
age range.
We're not talking about the Ben Afflecks. We're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, these white people in Hollywood that found out that they are, ancestors of slave owners, man. That just don't want to. They don't think black people should have a fair shake in the world. I'm talking about the average. We're talking about Joe Blow, who's a teacher, who overly monitors your child, who suspends black boys at the highest rates, who kick black girls out. We're talking about them. Those people who you think don't know because they're broke and don't get shit. No, they do understand. They do get it. They do. Whether or not they're directly speaking about it, whether or not they have plans about it, they directly understand what's going on. Hey, I am broke. I am white. I'm going to uphold this as long as I can because that's just what I know. It's
A
a
teacher,
historical thing. At
a
this point,
teacher will fall under an educated person. Somebody that know that.
you don't have to be educated to be racist, bro. It doesn't take a complete
No,
thought.
you don't.
Hey, I hate
But I
you.
know what I'm saying is like certain conversations I done have with my white friends and white people talk with. It's certain shit I can just feel like this person don't know.
They don't know.
You know,
I got a question.
Man,
Hold on.
They just don't know. Because when
I
I
got a
mean by white
question for
friends, I
Cujo.
mean by like the comment, like when you're talking about when you're talking about the regular white people that's regular. It's a lot of them that don't know, but it's a lot of them that do know that you're talking about.
It just sounds like y'all breaking this conversation down to my white friends, man. That's what it sounds like, bro. And that's cool, man. And that's great, bro. But I'm sorry. We're talking about 400 years here, man.
No, I'm not.
I mean, it's
Cujo, I understand exactly where you're coming from. A lot of this definitely seems like a bad TV show or a bad movie on repeat. With that being said, I did want to ask brothers, what is the worst movie genre in their opinion?
No, we're not doing that. I had a question.
We're not going there. Brothers not just getting their shit off like that, man.
Hold on, before anybody go, I'm just saying this happens when you talk about race. I don't want to give too much credit to that white lady we talking about. It's just when you talk about race and stuff like that, it just happens.
It's all good.
We were around the same age, right? So I assume we had similar curriculums. I moved here in 10th grade, no, 9th grade. I don't know about you. I assume you've been in school here. But when I was in school, they didn't teach that at all. That was more like a college thing.
Yeah, well,
Like,
you know,
I'm,
I done seen enough. I done read enough articles to see. I mean, literally, man. A couple years ago, you know, I live close to the border of South Orange. Uh, one of the most low key racist cities in New Jersey. It just doesn't. Like I said,
Super
man. Like,
segregated.
she was doing like I guess she was doing like a science project, or she was having kids doing show and tell, and some white child came with like something, man, like a project of like a black slave, like a noose around his neck, and they were like
What?
illustrating it and everything. So I mean, every school isn't the same. Some you know, you have you know, even in college, you know, you have, you know, black studies, you have Africana studies. That's great and fine and dandy. We do have white teachers who teach these courses, and that's lovely. And you know, they're head of cultural clubs, and you know, that's cute, man. But we are just talking about overall. Like, I'm just talking about overall, bro. I don't care about your five white friends, bro. That's great, man. I'm not talking about all of you guys. I know what's in Marabi's heart, man.
No, when I
You know
say
what I'm saying?
five white friends, basically
Yeah,
I'm
it's
basically
five
talking about.
people though. It's literally
No, it's
five
not.
people.
It's not really the five people. I'm just return. I'm like those five
yeah,
people is like
yeah, I meant way more than
I'm just
five.
Bro, it's
I'm breaking
five,
it
man.
down. I'm breaking it
And I'm
down
being
to a
fair
group
with
of
five, bro.
normal,
I'm being fair with
average
five.
motherfuckers. Just normal, average motherfuckers. That's
Maybe
what I
I'm
basically mean.
exaggerating with the five, but y'all
You know
know
what
what
I'm
I
saying?
mean when I say it's five, bro. I
Nah,
know. At least I
Cujo's
know what I'm
right
saying.
about Cujo's right about Jersey though. Like people are here super racist.
Yeah, it's one of the most
Yeah.
segregated. It's one of the
Yeah,
most
that's what I'm
segregated
saying.
states, man.
He's coming
that's
from his
everywhere,
Jersey.
bro. Like,
He's
That's
coming. Yeah,
everywhere,
he's
but
coming.
I'm just
Everywhere.
talking
That's
about. I'm
everywhere.
just talking about my personal experiences as far
Yeah,
as being here.
but that's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
If you're talking about yours, you can't tell me about mine because
Yeah, the thing is though,
you know what I'm
we're both.
saying?
I'm talking about anecdotal experiences, right? But the data can also back it up. So I don't need to
Right.
just talk and talk and talk. The data's there, bro. I don't even need to have a conversation with the average white person to know, hey, what are your ideals on this? None of that matters, bro. Talking
I
about
got a
400
question.
years here. It's
I got a question.
400.
Okay, you said
Yeah, I'm not
400.
So
arguing with that. I'm not
I mean, I
arguing with
don't
that.
get it, man. Like, I
I
don't
got two
know,
I feel
man.
questions
like
for you, Cujo.
you don't
I
get it.
don't
That's
know.
I got
what I'm
two
trying to
questions for you.
understand.
I got two questions for you, Cujo. And
Yeah.
then, yeah. Okay, so first question is, do you think, in your opinion, are most white people racist?
Yes.
Okay. This is actually three questions. Now, second question is, do you think a lot of Hollywood has flourished off of this white supremacy system that you speak
Yes.
of?
Yes.
Okay. Third and final question. So you're a big movie guy. So when you
What the hell happened?
He just left.
I think his phone died or something like that. He, that disconnected me.
The brother returned.
oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good now? You good?
Question what? Oh, so you said Hollywood has flourished off of white supremacy, right?
Correct.
Okay. So my third and final question is: you're a big movie guy. So when you celebrate a lot of these movies and actors and comedians that are white, are you indirectly celebrating white supremacy?
No.
Why not?
Simply because these people are actors.
But if a lot of these actors and directors are, according
Horrible
to
people.
you,
Yeah.
mostly racist, right? Mostly racist,
So
probably vote.
now,
Probably
because
vote.
I
Hold on,
like to
hold on.
be entertained, I'm indirectly
I'm
supporting
just
white.
saying,
If
they
that's the
probably
case,
vote. They probably vote
and
a
even if I
certain
am,
way.
okay. Even if I am,
Have
right?
to.
Even if I am, right? Even if I directly support it, does that make the case of what I'm saying any less strong? Even
Bro,
if
I
that's the
agree with
case.
you. Remember, don't skip over what I said. I said I agree that
Yeah,
there's a system in place.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, even if I did agree, right? Even if I did
Mhm.
uphold it by watching these films,
Mhm.
now what?
It doesn't change. It just means you're supporting that, though. So you support some of these
Supporting.
directors and actors who vote a certain way, who may not like the color of your skin, right?
You can't not support it. It's like there's nothing you can do to not support it. It's just what it
You could
is.
not watch
vote
it. What you
every
mean? Don't
day.
do that, Marvin. No, you. You don't gotta watch.
That doesn't make any
You
sense,
don't gotta
but
watch it.
I don't know.
You don't gotta watch it. No, because I mean, look, there's people that always say support black business, right? Like don't buy black hair products that are made by white people. Don't buy black hip hop clothing that's made by white people. Support black. So I'm pretty sure that there's a loophole. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that there's people out there that only watch black
gotta go to
programs.
Walmart every
That
week,
doesn't
man. You
make
gotta
any
go to
sense, bro. I'm
Walmart or one of
sorry,
these
man.
grocery stores.
I'm just
Like,
saying,
Yeah,
man.
There's
gotta
some
support
that
shit you
doesn't
white
make
just
shit.
can't
sense, man.
avoid.
I
Like there's some stuff you can't avoid. Like
I don't
Yeah,
understand that whatsoever, man. I'm sorry,
that you
brother.
grow
You
your
don't
own
understand
food.
I
nothing
mean,
tonight, Joe. You don't
a
understand
brother
nothing
going to
tonight.
Walmart, a brother not be able to grow his own food,
Yeah,
a brother not be able to create his own weapons.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, man? So, like,
You're not. So you're not all the way. You just got one foot in, basically.
we gonna
Got you,
nitpick
Cujo.
Malcolm. We gonna
Yeah,
nitpick
yeah. You
Malcolm.
got one foot in,
We gonna
Cujo. You
nitpick
only got one
Malcolm.
foot in.
We
You're
gonna
not
nitpick
all the way
Malcolm.
there yet, Cujo. I get it. Yeah, you only
Right?
halfway in,
Yeah.
man. I got you.
We gonna
yeah.
I
nitpick.
got
We gonna
you.
nitpick
I
our
got
leader.
you. Yeah. It's cool. All the white
I see what
directors
you
that are
want to
racist and that vote a certain way.
see how you tried to
Celebrate
flip that.
things. I get you. I got you,
I
bro.
see how you
Ty,
tried to
we
flip
Ty,
that.
look in the chat.
talked
That's
about
what
I'm
you
not looking
did.
at the chat. I'm not looking at this stupid
That's what
comment
you
shit
did,
that you
about.
Ty.
posting for everybody else.
Hold
I'm
on,
not
hold
looking
on,
at that.
hold
I
on,
see how
hold
you
on.
tried to flip that, man.
Hold on. This is a thing, Ty, earlier. This was the thing that was spoken about earlier. I brought up the phrase ethical consumerism. Um, I understand the point that you were trying to make, but it still comes down to the situation as to where the equivalent would be, Ty, you being a father, you don't support child slavery, correct?
No.
Okay. With that being said,
Nikes. You about to ask me if I own some Nikes
no,
or some Adidas?
no, nothing about apparel, nothing.
Malcolm X wore suits. So I guess that means he supports sweatshops. I guess that's what
He's
that
only
means.
halfway in,
But,
man. He was fake woke. He's only
I mean,
halfway in.
Ty,
I
relax. We're not doing that with me. This nigga said he was fake.
yeah. So forget the OAAU. Forget him going to Nigeria 3 times, and like forget all that.
Nigeria.
Get going to Mecca. And speaking with Black Leader, forget all that because he wore suits. So sweatshop
Yeah.
support.
Right. Yeah. He
I
also,
guess the glasses he made came from Viet Cong. So he
he also
supports.
punked us there when he was younger. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, he supported
We all
World
make
War II.
mistakes.
Hey, y'all can
We
hear
all
me?
make mistakes. Yeah, you good?
You're far away,
All right.
Lucci. You're a little far away. It sounds like talking back.
Yeah, I'm on my phone right now. That's
Oh,
all
okay.
Go
When the surf get up? When the surf get up?
Yeah. So as far as the genre, number one, this was a good conversation between two brothers. Number one,
Hell yeah.
I like that. All conversations and all good conversations don't have to end with people agreeing with each other.
That's a fact.
Period.
Yeah, for sure.
I understood. We all fuck what I'm talking about.
Fuck that bitch.
We all agreed, Robbie. We all understood where Ty was coming from. We also understood where Lucci was coming from. These brothers just don't agree on this specific situation. You see what I'm saying? My final joint with my observation, this all happened because of a white bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Lord,
End of the day,
man.
I
Amen.
feel you, bro. I will say this in agreement with everybody. I don't support this woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't support these comments until she publicly, you know what I'm saying? Because the apology was weak. Until she allows herself to be schooled and tape it and just sit down and just really listen. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not supporting this woman's content, man.
I do want to say this.
Y'all
though.
better let Will get off with that apology, man. Like, come on, man.
Stop. Nobody let Will do nothing, man.
Man, we got this, man.
I'm trying to bring the combo in a better light, brother. And you bring up Will, man. See what we do to our own people, man.
Me, I just be more passionate about it because like when I'm a person that like my ideology is everybody got to understand each other. And that's my thing. That's why he was saying I don't understand. I'm a person when I get mad because I'm like, and my brain is like, in a world, we have to, even if you don't agree with me, you have to at least understand my perspective. Because, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I got mad when he said, I don't give a fuck about none of that, because when you say some shit like that, it makes me, it turns
Yeah,
into
it
like,
sounded a
okay,
little wild.
it's
It
just, it
sounded
makes it
a
seem
little
like,
wild.
okay,
He said, man, I don't
you're
give a
not
fuck
trying to,
about
yeah,
none
it's like, that was crazy. That's why I got mad. I was like, damn,
of
this nigga even trying to understand. We just give a fuck
Man, I
about
knew what I was
everything.
doing. I
Like,
said that, man. Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah, that's why I got
that.
mad. I'm like, man, but I didn't know you knew that, because I'm like, man, Coach ain't like telling you, man, nah, man, I'm gonna turn up. Like, fuck this. And then here, Cal, but it's all good, though. And I don't want to give too much credit to that white lady. It's really about race. When you talk about race, period, fuck that white girl. It ain't really about that bitch for real. It's when you just talk about race, period, and get like this. We can be talking about a whole. We ain't gotta be black and white. It could be two other ethnicities and races, but it just get like this. That's how it is, bro. When you talk about race and shit,
Hey, y'all know she
you
gonna
know.
be on the thumbnail.
Oh,
You got
ain't
to.
terrible, man. But yeah,
Get some
before we
views off of
transition,
it,
man,
right?
we're gonna transition to Cal's topic, man. I definitely appreciate this back and forth, man. I had to get a little, I had to make it a little entertaining for the
How
sake of
long
the
was that?
Content.
probably like hour and a half plus, maybe I don't even know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the
Uh,
album, so.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, body bags, brother Ty, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. That was a good back and forth. At the end of the day, these are intelligent brothers, man. I don't want y'all to think any less of them over this convo, man. So I don't want to see no comments disparaging either one of them, or me even for that matter, to be honest. Like, these are our opinions, man. This is, we come from all different walks of life. We're not gonna all the time. So it is what it is. But most of y'all still racist, though. I'm gonna get that off. But anyway,
You ain't kill no white brother behind you tonight, bro. I ain't doing that.
man, hell no, man.
I ain't good.
I'm gonna be
Prove your
sleeping,
point by not
I ain't
having
no
your
chilling,
riot
brother.
in y'all.
There's not gonna be no riots. I do not want anyone doing anything to any Caucasian on my behalf.
Oh,
Uh,
shit.
Stay home, and yeah, I'm actually wearing wool right now. You know what I'm saying? I got
Oh,
a Cosby
shit.
sweater on right now. It's probably made by some Caucasian child in the Maldives. You know, so yeah, man, colonialism and all that. But anyway, man, we gonna transition, man.